All right, guys, what's up? Got a call back loading question from a subscriber. He says, "Hey, Megan, two questions. First off, I'm just gonna read the question because the message is kind of long. Guys, I told you if you have to send me messages, just send like the question. Put like number one question, number two question, so I can answer each question. Don't write paragraphs because I can't read everybody's messages. All right, so number one, he says, uh, I was wondering if you could eat pineapple, kiwi, enzyme, stuff like that during the first half of the day when you're not supposed to eat carbs. And that's the first question. And number two, he wants to know if it should, as far as carbs, if he should just stick to his macro, which is I think 280 grams of carbs for him, or should he just eat more than that? The first question is, I would say no. If you want to do strict carb backloading, don't eat pineapple and fruits and your, kiwi with, in a no carb portion of the day. Save that for like, post workout. That's if you're doing straight carb backloading and you really want to get lean. Yes, fruits have sugars in them. It's fructose, it's not it's the same as glucose, but I'm pretty sure they spike your insulin too. But yeah, the first half of the day you want to eat everything that's slow digesting, complex. Like eat your fiber, eat your protein. Try to stay away from protein shakes during the first half of the day because they really, that trigger, they fuck with your insulin. So yeah, so no pineapple or fruits for that matter during the first half of the day. That's what I would say. I think Kiefer would say the same thing. I don't know. You should ask him. But number two, the second question now, how many carbs should you get? Like, I get this question a lot. Should you count calories? Should you know? The thing is, everyone's body's different, so you can't just go online and plug in numbers and follow exactly what they gave you. What I do is I will plug in, because if you notice, there's like different calculators online. You could put your numbers in, and they'll give you a different number for your carbs and your calories. What I do is I just pick any one of these softwares, right? I put my numbers in, and they say, for example, I'm giving you an example. Say they say you need 200 grams of carbs. Start with that number and track, meaning increase the carbs if you feel like that's not enough, and decrease if you feel like you're putting on too much fat, because our bodies are different. So, for example, you say your number's 280, good. Start with 280, right? And track your progress for a week, right? Look in the mirror, look at the scale. Scale and mirror could put together like your best friends to track your progress and see if are you getting too fat? Are you getting too bloated? Are your workouts suffering? If your workouts are suffering, you don't have enough energy. Obviously, you want to increase your carbs. The most important thing about carb backloading is to remind you that use carbs for what they are made. What they're made for. Carbs are only here for primarily for energy. So that's why carb backloading says eat your carbs the night before workouts. You don't want to eat your carbs um, you know, if you're not gonna train for like fucking 2 days, why would you stuff yourself with carbs? You just have, you're just gonna have like an overspill of glycogen. Your glycogen is gonna be, full, and your body's gonna start storing a lot of fat. So the night before your workouts, you go to town on those carbs. You get as many carbs as you need. Start off with your little 280. If your next day workout suffers, you feel like you needed more energy, then next time try to eat 300 grams of carbs or 400 grams of carbs. Just the best way to know if you're getting enough carbs is look at your workout the next day. If you're doing carb backloading, of course. If you're not doing carb backloading, then this video is irrelevant. But yeah, just eat your amount of carbs and then look at your workout the next day. If you had a great workout, you had enough energy to last throughout your session, the intensity was there, then stay at that number. If you notice that you're putting on too much fat, decrease that number a little bit, tailor it down. So that's the only way you can really tell how many carbs you need is to start off with a basic number and work your way up or down based on, the effectiveness of your workout. Always remember your carbs are primarily here to fuel your workouts. That's it. So I hope that answers both your questions. Hit me up on my inbox.